Namaste and welcome to your yoga practice. Today we're actually going to be working with a sage twist, Ardhamatsyendrasana, named after the great sage Matsyendra or Matsyendra. So we're going to start standing. So for today's class, all you're going to need for me is a blanket and your yoga mat. Though the video will be made on a couple of levels, so you discern the level that you are on. Remember, work with the body you have today, not the body that you had yesterday. Also, if you are pregnant, please make sure that we are working with twists. But please don't do closure twists, just the openers. I will try and remind you during the practice. All right, so let's start. So we're going to start with our feet slightly open. You're going to roll your shoulders back and down. And here you could actually connect, close the eyes. And the first thing you do is you start to focus on your breath. As you breathe in and out, start to notice, where are you breathing into? How are you breathing? So your eyes are closed, you're in your samasthiti, and you are just connecting to your breathing. Now I'd like you to take it down to an abdominal breath. See if you can lengthen the breath a little further. As you start the inner inquiry, notice if one nostril is more dominant than the other. Now here I might suggest, if you are an advanced student, a couple of Kapalabatis, which is the short, sharp exhalation, deeper inhalation. Here you could actually do a couple of rounds, maybe between 10 and 12 rounds, having 30 seconds in between each round, and do 3 rounds of 10 to 12 or 15 each. If not, you are just centering, your eyes are closed, you're deepening the breath, you're setting the intention for your yoga practice. So as you're focusing on your breath, just close the eyes and listen to my voice. Today's class is all about the dance between the parasympathetic nervous system, vagus nerve, and the sympathetic nervous system. Now, situated on these nerves, you will find different ganglions, which we will be massaging and working into. It is also a way that we take the energy down towards utilizing it in the plexuses, our chakra plexuses, so that it doesn't get wasted and just goes into the Agnisara, into the fire. It is also, it's a lovely dance. We're going to be taking the energy down, even down to the base chakra. And then we're going to be chasing it up, and you might feel, as you do your practice, a little bit of heat coming up into the spine. Now, as you know, we just don't go into straight advanced postures. I'm going to build up the practice so that your body at all times is safe, steady, and comfortable. Right, so we will have finished our centering by now. So I'd like you to start by just tucking your chin down to your chest, roll the shoulders back and down. And on the inhalation, you're going to lift up the head. Don't throw out the back or push out the bottom. On the exhalation, tuck your chin down to chest. Just enjoying the movement of your neck, following the breath. Bringing your head back to center, you're going to turn your head from side to side. Inhalation and exhalation. Just feel the stretch in your neck. Inhalation, exhalation as you rotate. Inhalation and exhalation. Slowly bring your head back to center and you're going to roll your shoulders. How do your shoulders feel today? Can you stretch your neck at the same time? Lovely deep movements. Now we can roll the shoulders forward. So you're inhaling, exhaling, and start to notice, can you feel your shoulder blades move? Can you feel how you sort of feel that you're hunching yourself over? Come back to center. From here, you're going to lift the arms up and stretch. Now here you stretch and really can have a lovely yawn if you like. Pushing into your big toes. Don't lift the toes or take the weight back onto the heels. So you're just stretching out. Lovely, nice deep breaths. Don't breathe into your side as you do this. We're just warming up those intercostals. We don't need them to extend too much. We're going to warm them up so that there's no injuries involved. Bring yourself back to center. Right from here, let's open up the feet a little wider. On the exhalation, you take yourself down into a nice little forward fold. And here you can also just stretch out the body, drop the head so the head is having a lovely pull onto the spinal muscles. It's a lengthening. It's already a lovely inversion. On the next inhalation, you're going to roll yourself up. And here you're going to lift up, extend, stretch your fingers, look up to the ceiling. Now take a few nice deep breaths in. On the exhalation, you're going to bring your hands all the way back down. Take a breath. Sigh out if you need to. Remember, sighing out is tapping into the Manipura chakra, where you hold the tension, and sometimes you can feel it when you're doing your asana practice. You just need to let go. So here we do when we have a light breath out. On the next inhalation, you're going to lift up the arms and you're going to stretch. From here, you're going to rotate to the right side, stretch up. Now here, take a tentative breath into your left, into the right side of the body. On the next inhalation, you come back to center. Exhalation to the other side. Take a tentative breath into the left side. On the inhalation, you bring yourself back. Did you notice my pelvis stayed forward? Let's do it one more time to each side. Breath in, breath out as you rotate. Reach up. Now extend your right arm up a little higher. Take a slightly deeper breath into the intercostals. Release, come back to center on the next inhalation. Let's do exhalation to the other side. Stretch up, lift up, lengthen into the left side. Take another deep breath into here. Your pelvis is staying forward, your knees are soft. You're not hyperextending the knees. On the next inhalation, come back, and on the exhalation, you're going to release it. Right, so stepping the feet slightly further apart, roll the shoulders, so we're going to take that one step further. On the inhalation, you lift up the arms, you rotate. Now slide your hands down the right leg, coming down as far as you're comfortable. Here you might have your knee bent, you might only coming this far, but you're coming down as far as you're comfortable. On the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself all the way back up. Turn towards the other side. As you exhale, you take yourself down. You might be coming as far as this. But if you can, you take yourself down and stretch. And really, we're massaging very much into the abdomen. If you think of, in today's society, inhalation, you bring yourself up, stretch up, open up around the belly, and exhalation, you bring yourself down. Take a breath out. So what happens is our digestive system is running a lot more than what it should actually be doing. So there's a lot more blood pooled in this area. And in the book Yoga by Swami Vetkatasana. Please excuse the pronunciation. He talks about how we get idle blood, and it actually takes blood away from our brain. So by doing all these beautiful twists, you can actually you're going to send that blood back into circulation. Right, we've had a little rest. So now you're going to float the arms up, and you're going to cross your right leg over the left. Bend your back knee into the front, and on the exhale, you come down as far as you can. Now here you inhale and you exhale. You inhale and you exhale, and on the next inhalation, you roll yourself up and you reach up, open up, stretch the leg out. Let's go over to the other side. Whoops, crossing the leg over. You exhale as you bring yourself down. Stay here and breathe. Once again, we are massaging into the abdomen. Think of all that lovely blood being massaged back into the circulatory system. And on the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back up. So let's do a little sequence. You're going to turn towards the right. Exhale, you take yourself down your leg. Stay here and breathe. Take a few nice deep breaths into the sides. Breathing in, check you're not hyperextending your back legs, your legs at the back. On the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself up, reach up. Now, crossing over, your right over the left. Exhalation as you bring yourself down. Taking a breath in and taking a breath out. On the next inhalation, you roll yourself up. Open up, turn towards your left, exhale. Take yourself all the way down, stretch into that inner thigh, out, stretch into your other opposite leg inner thigh, and you just breathe into your chest. Not too much, remember it's tentative unless you know that your rib cage you have no injuries on your rib cage. On the inhalation, you bring yourself all the way back up. Now we cross the left over the right. Exhalation, you bring yourself down. Deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, and deep breath out. On the next inhalation, you're going to come all the way back up, open up the legs, stretch into the side of the waist. Already the body should be feeling a lot looser. And on the exhalation, you bring yourself down. This is when I shift my multifocals out the way. You're going to bend your left knee. Now, if you can, you take your right foot and just balance it just above your left knee. Now, if your balance is better than mine, if you need to, you can hold onto the wall. Bring your hands into prayer position. Now, sitting yourself down, little trick here, push into your hands. You're just breathing in, you're just breathing out. On the inhalation, just extend the arms, out to the side. Bring your hands all the way back. Now you're going to turn towards the left. So if you can, look over your right elbow. Come back to center. And if you can, you're going to turn towards your right. Here, you're going to look towards your left elbow. Now this posture is a little bit more pleasing than the last one, because here, your brain is seeing your left and your right knee. So it's seeing your left elbow, right knee, and you're holding. And you're breathing. Then on the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back up. Exhale as you release. So let's see if I'm any better on the other side. Plant your foot, lift up, cross over the leg, find your balance. Breathing in and breathing out. Drop a little lower if you can. So let's do the same. So you're going to turn towards the right. You're looking over. So it's always a good idea to have an external drishti point. So you find a point on the floor and you come back to your center. Push your hands together. Exhale. Rotate. Look towards, I can see my left knee, my right elbow. I'm breathing in nice and steadily. Inhalation, lift up, and exhale. Well done. Just open up the legs, come into a nice little Uttanasana, a lovely forward fold. Don't extend into the back legs. So you're not hyperextending, the knees are stretched. You can lift your bottom up to the ceiling. You can tilt your pubic bone slightly forward so you haven't got an arch in your back. On the next inhalation, so that's a little nice little symmetrical. Now we're going to take our foot out to the right side. Opening up the legs nice and wide, as if you would be going into Virabhadrasana, number 2. Warrior 2, you're going to bend your front knee. Now here you know, check, heel is in line with the arch or heel is in line with the back heel. You're going to bend your front knee, make sure you're not overshooting your front ankle. Now here you take your left hand onto your back. So it's just resting onto the hip, nice and comfortably. You're going to drop your right hand onto your knee. Now I'd like you to look forward. So here you've got a lovely stretch on the sternocleidomastoid. You're looking over to the front. Now you're going to rotate your head and look towards the back. Looking forward, I'd like you to straighten your leg. Bending the knee, you exhale, look over your back shoulder. Coming forward, you inhale. Bending the front knee, you exhale. Bringing your head back to center, you inhale. Bend the knee on the exhale. Use the in-breath to lift yourself up. Turn your foot on the exhalation. Hand comes onto the right. Hand comes onto the left. Let's practice the neck first. Bend your front knee. Now you're going to look on the exhalation, look back. Take the eyes even around the right shoulder. Bring your head back. Look forward. So now we're going to straighten the front leg. Exhalation as you drop and you rotate the head. Inhalation, come back to center, straighten the leg. Exhalation as you drop and you look over your back shoulder. Bring yourself back on the inhalation and you straighten up. Let's just do one more. Inhalation, bringing yourself back and you straighten up the legs. Right toe heel, well done, toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Giving your legs a little shake out, we're coming into a nice seated position. So once again, come down however you feel comfortable. As you exhale, you can come into a forward fold and sit yourself onto your bottom. Right, extending the legs out in front of you. So here we're going to work with just a nice little forward fold, remembering if you are pregnant, your feet are going to be open. So let's all of us open our legs first. And on the exhalation, you're going to bring yourself forward. So you'll notice it's coming, my lower back is nice and flat. I'm reaching forward. Feet are nice and flexed, a lovely pull into the backs of the legs. You inhale and you exhale. So we're massaging into our sphincters on either side of our pelvis, lower pelvis. On the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back up. So now bring the feet together. You're going to lift the arms up. And here, once again, just stretch out of your waist. You can lengthen into the legs, and on the exhalation, come forward into Paschimottanasana. Here, take hold of your big toes if you can. Roll the shoulders back and down, flex into the feet. Really get that lovely sense of extension up the backs of your legs. Hello, sciatic nerve. And on the exhale, you bring yourself a little forward. Inhalation, and exhalation. So this is, you're just drawing your navel into your spine. And on the inhalation, you're going to lift up the arms, reach up, and on the exhalation, you bring your hands down. So let's do our first spinal twist. You're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest, give it a good hug in, even give it a love. Cross your right leg over your left. Push into the heels, you get a nice long straight leg. Take your left hand, cup an orange. Right hand comes down. Wherever it feels comfortable, you breathe in. Sit up as tall as you can, and on the exhalation, you look over your back shoulder. On the inhalation, you come back to center. On the exhalation, you rotate and look over your back shoulder. Stay here for one tentative breath. On the next inhalation, you bring yourself back. Let's do 3 breaths now. Take an exhalation, rotate. Stay here for 3 breaths. Now I'm going to speak. You're going to notice you have a really nice diagonal pull going through the gut. Think of all the wonderful massaging we're doing. You should be nearly finished with your 3 breaths. You're going to, on the next inhalation, bring yourself back to center. Take a breath, draw the knee, doing a nice Uttanasana, and you're going to bring your leg out. So I'm going to turn. You don't have to turn. I'm going to turn so you can see me on the other side. Sitting up nice and tall, you tuck the leg in. Right, cupping your orange in your right hand, left hand. You can have it here if you like, or here. Sit up. The main thing is that your spine is straight. On the exhalation, you rotate here. Notice that lovely diagonal going through the gut. Breath in, exhalation, you're sucking your navel into spine. You're sitting as tall as you can, hold it for one tentative breath. Listen to your rib cage. Bring yourself back, have an inhalation. Now 3 tentative breaths. You exhale, breathing in, breathing in. You can deepen the breath if you're feeling more confident in your rib cage. Slowly you bring yourself back on the inhalation. Bring your knee into chest. So you'll notice that we haven't done any closures. Let's just do one. If you're pregnant, of course, or if you cannot rotate, if you're having a spasm, stay with the opening twist. So we're going to take the right leg across. Sitting up as tall as you can, take hold of the leg, draw that. Now, this is all about the ego. If you bring your arm across and you're doing this, what are you doing to your spine? Okay. What we're wanting to do is we are working with energy, very much so. So here, I'm keeping the shoulder down, it's retracted. I'm broadening across the upper back. You're taking your right hand around, my foot is flexing, and I'm just going to do a twist. Here, I'm drawing my navel into spine, and on the inhalation, I come back to center. We're just doing one. Let's go over to the other side. You're sitting up as tall as you can. You draw the foot in as high up, and you're going to take hold of that arm. Remember, I'm looking for a nice low shoulder. None of this, just because you want to take your hand around. Flex into your foot. Breath in. Breath out as you rotate. Holding the tummy in. On the next inhalation, you come back to center. Right, undo the leg. So that is a really nice posture. The opening one, especially if you have a little bit of IBS, a little bit of bloating, and it's always good to do some spinal twists. It also helps with getting that peristalsis moving. Now, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, we're ready for our cat-cows. It's not just a regular cat-cow. Remember, if you are pregnant, you know not to go into the cow posture. You're broadening across the upper back. You have the really nice square going across the shoulders. Here you're going to, as you exhale, you suck your navel into spine as if I had a little thread and I was pulling it through. Inhalation. We need to massage as much as we can into that lower abdominal region. Inhalation. Exhalation. As you inhale, you soften into the belly. As you exhale, you inhale. You exhale as you round up the back. You inhale. Let's just do one more. So this is really nice to do even standing. And gently bring yourself back to center. A nice posture to bring your feet. If you cannot sit into Virasana, if you cannot sit back onto your feet, then I would suggest you stay standing. And here you could bring yourself down like here, this way. So I'd like you to take your hands and just interlace your fingers and rest them down just above the pubic bone. And on the exhalation, you're going to bring yourself forward. Resting in your balasana, taking a few nice deep breaths in, breathe in and out of the abdominal region. So we're adding an extra bit of massage. On the next inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back up. Now, if that was comfortable enough for you, I'd like you to make a light fist. Taking the fists, so your knuckles are together, they're not facing the body, they are facing each other. You're going to bring yourself down, and this is a much deeper, it is less comfortable than the last posture, but here you're breathing in and out. We're going to get all that idle blood out of around our abdominal region, back into circulation so that our brain can be oxygenated. On the next inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back up. So a really nice next posture is the eye of the needle, which is a lovely spinal twist. It massages into the transverse colon as well. So planting your hands, I'm going to turn the other way because I'm going to work with the right arm first. You're going to take your right arm through the gap. So you're planting yourself down, you're listening to your upper back. You're going to reach up your left arm up to the ceiling. Now, if you want to, you can take your left hand and wrap it around your right thigh. You're looking up towards the ceiling. Even if you can't, you're taking your eyes. Remember, we need to work the eye muscles as well. Take the eyes and look up to the ceiling and then wrap it around that shoulder if you can. Just be in the twist. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice if you're feeling any discomfort. Or maybe you can go a little further. So now we're going to take the left hand, bring it down, pushing into the left hand. You inhale as you lift up the right. Now we're doing it dynamically. Exhale, take your hand through. Inhalation as you lift up. Exhalation as you take your hand through. Inhalation as you lift up. Exhalation as you take your hand through. You suck your navel into spine as much as you can. On the inhalation, you lift up. Right, bring yourself back to center. So I'm going to do it this side, so you've seen what it looks like on one side. See what happens to my spine. So on the taking your left hand through, you take it through. Take your fingers as far away as you can. Lift up the right arm, and if you want to, take your right hand and wrap it around your left thigh. Here, you're looking up to the ceiling, and you're just breathing in and out of your back. Breathe into where you feel comfortable. Be very aware of how this back is feeling. Don't push if you're going into pain. You're going to lift up your right hand, put it down with purpose. So if you're pushing like you would your footprint. Inhalation. And now we do 3 dynamic. Inhale. Breathe. exhalation. You're resting on the tops of your feet. So here then you're going to be working into the upper body at the same time. Inhalation into the upper lymph area of the body. Exhalation. Inhalation, you're broadening across that back. And on the exhalation, you bring yourself down. Now you're going to come into the frog posture. Open up the knees. Bring your hands as far forward as you can. Now I'd like you to cup an orange with your fingers. Try and bring the forehead onto the floor. Open up. So now you have that sense of taking underneath the armpit and wrapping it around towards your shoulder blades. Lovely breaths in, lovely breaths out. Soften into the belly. Just 3 more breaths. Push into those fingertips. Roll those shoulder blades around towards each other at the back. And on the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back up. Bringing your legs forward. Now here you can move your blanket out of the way for now. We've squeezed, so we need to open. Take your hands behind you. You're going to drop the legs over to the right side. Now here you can focus breathing into the left side of the body. Just surrender and let go of the body. Breathing in, you're supporting yourself through the arms. If you can't get your hands this way, you can always turn them till they're comfortable. Inhalation, lift up. Let's go over to the second side and you just breathe. Enjoy the breath while you're here. Think of all the organs that are having a wonderful massage in today's practice. On the inhalation, you're going to lift up the legs. One more time to each side. Exhalation. Inhalation, lift up. Exhalation, over to the second side. Just having some lovely breaths. And on the inhalation, you're going to bring yourself all the way back up. Right, rolling yourself down, coming down through the center of your body, through the center of your mat onto your backs. Tucking the chin in. Here you're going to bring your knees. Now, if you are pregnant, you can do a very simple crossing over the body. All right. The rest of us are going to do a good old PE practice where we cross the body, which is going to add a lovely cross across our tummy, so we're going to get a massage. Bring your hands rest your occiput bone in your hands. Right from here, so you can just try one. You're going to exhale. You inhale. You're going to exhale. You're going to inhale. Now, if that was easy enough, you could go into a really faster movement using the breath as well. We're going to do about 8 of these on either side. So you take a breath in, exhale, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Please don't push your tongue flat against the soft palate. Let's just do one more to either side. I'm not really counting. And slowly you're going to release it. So now we're going to do, you can do that again 8 times to either side if that was enough for you, or you're going to extend your legs. You're going to bring the arms just above the head with the fingers reaching towards the ceiling. Now broaden across your shoulders, broaden it back across the back. From here, you're going to take your left hand behind your head. You're going to lift your left leg up. So now you've got your right hand and you're going to see if you can take hold of your big toe. Hello, big toe. Now, of course, we're going to do a crossover, a cross crawl, but we're going to do it with the arms extended and the legs. Now I'm pushing my lower back into the floor. I'm drawing my navel in towards my spine and I'm drawing my pubic bone towards my navel. So I've got a lot of support in my lower back. I'm going to inhale. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to inhale, I'm going to exhale. In, out, in, out, in, out. Now it's not just about throwing the legs. It's taking a huge amount of control to keep my lower back comfortable. So you're not hyperextending the lower back. Right as we started, we held the left big toe. Let's do it with the right, and then slowly you're going to release it. Right, so let's just stretch out the body. You're going to inhale and stretch the body out. Tucking your chin into chest, you either roll over to your left if you're pregnant, or your right, or you just, if you've got the tummy strength, you just bring yourself up into a nice seated. We're going to come into a nice little rotation for now. Plant your hands, bring yourself up into a nice standing position. Roll your shoulders back and down. So now we're going to do a nice standing twist. Your legs are nice and wide. If I don't have blocks today, but if you do find that your hands don't comfortably come onto the ground, you can quickly stop the video, go and get some books. Or if you've got blocks, you get your blocks. So let's float the arms up, stretch the arms out from side to side, and on the exhalation you come into a flat back. Here you can come onto your fingertips. Take a nice deep breath in. You can feel how the spine activates. Bring your left hand onto the floor. Right hand comes onto waist. And on the exhalation, you're going to look up towards the right shoulder. Stay here, have a tentative breath. On the inhalation, you come back to center. Bringing your right hand down, you exhale as you rotate. Inhalation, bring yourself back to center. Now we're going to take the right arm out. You're going to extend, so you extend that anterior serratus. You're going to lift your right arm up to the ceiling, and here hold for, let's do 2 breaths. Slowly bringing your right hand down, drop, tuck that shoulder down, lift up the left arm, extend the left arm away from you, and you lift it all the way up on the inhalation. So you breathe, looking towards your top hand, wiggle your fingers, so even stimulate into those finger joints. Say, hello hand. And then slowly bring yourself all the way back down. Stay for a breath. That might be comfortable enough. You stay on the level. But if you'd like to, plant your left hand. Take your right arm, take it out. Inhale, lift up as high as you can. Now take your right hand, wrap it around your left thigh or even just across your back, and you exhale. So now this is where you can close your eyes. You set about the inner inquiry. Exhalation as you rotate. Inhalation. Exhalation as you rotate. You're focusing on rotating, looking up to the ceiling, going as far as your neck is comfortable. On the next inhalation, lift up. Exhalation, bring yourself down. Plant your hand. Inhalation, take the arm out, extend it, have an exhalation. On the inhalation, you're going to lift up and you're going to stretch into this. Breathe. If you want to, wrap your hand around. Just take a few nice deep breaths. You're just focusing on the inner inquiry of your physical structure of your spine. How does the breath feel? Does it feel uncomfortable? On the inhalation, you lift up. Exhalation, you bring your hand all the way down. You're going to let your body hang, and on the inhalation, you roll yourself all the way back up and just release your shoulders. From here, you're going to toe heel your feet a little closer together. Of course, if you're pregnant, you are only going to stay touching the knees. Float the arms up, soften the knees, exhale as you tap your right knee. Inhalation and exhale as you tap. Inhalation, on the exhalation, tap onto the outside of your ankle. In, out, in, step together. Exhale, in, drawing it in. Tap the ankle. Exhale. Inhale. You know where we're going. Feet closer. Exhale. In. Look what we're doing to our guts. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring the feet together if you can. Try and bring your opposite elbow to the opposite knee. Exhale. Inhale. Suck the navel in as if you were doing a standing cat-cow. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And gently bring yourself all the way back to center. So we're opening up the feet a nice distance apart again. Roll your shoulders. We're going to turn the right foot out. So doing a form of side ankle stretch, you're going to bend your front knee. So we're still keeping, remember we're working with the right side, so we need to keep the side. We go this side and then that side. So you float the arms up, our good old favorite, warrior two. Reach over, take your right elbow onto the right knee. Now lean back. Feel yourself leaning back. It's not so much as how low you go in the posture. Maybe some of you can bring your hand down onto the floor. You could use a block underneath your hand if you want to. But it's not, I'm just wanting you to get, these two parts of the body together. Right, you roll your shoulder back, you float the arm up, and you're going to bring the arm over the head. Now please don't drop your head. Stretch into the side, you breathe, you can look up to your top shoulder, under the armpit, and if you're really steady, you can look up towards your top hand. But if you need to, you can still stay with your head looking down with your chin tucked into your throat. On the inhalation, you lift up. Exhalation and down. Let's go to the other side. Right, Virabhadrasana number 2. Looking to my future. Reaching over, bring the elbow down. You can start with your hand on the waist. You roll back. Breathe in, lean back. On the inhalation, you float the arm up. Take some lovely breaths. Exhale. If you want to, tuck your chin in. Look down, tuck your chin in, look up, and then if you want to, look towards your top hand. On the inhalation, you bring yourself up. Exhalation as you release. Toe heel, toe heel, toe heel. Having your feet nicest distance apart, you're going to have your hands onto your knees. We're going to do some standing cat-cows. So on the exhalation, sucking your navel into spine, inhalation as you look forward. Exhalation, inhalation, and exhalation. Now slowly bring your hands down onto the floor, straighten the legs. Walk yourself around towards the right side, and if you can, take your left hand onto your waist. You can soften your right knee and your left knee and just rotate. Slowly release it. Let the body come forward. Walk your hands around to the second side. You can bend your knee if you want to, right hand onto waist, and you rotate. And you breathe. It's not a comfortable position. Some of your spines might not be enjoying it, so don't hold it if it's not comfortable. Slowly bring yourself back. Let the body hang. And on the next inhalation, you're going to bring yourself back up. Roll your shoulders. Right, coming towards the front end of your mat. Coming into a nice little forward fold. Then bend the knees, come down however you come down onto the floor. So now we're going to work with our closure twist. Now remember we did one at the beginning of the video when we did the opening and one closure. Remember, if you do have problems with your gut, please stay with the openings, which is of course you're going to take your right leg across And here you would turn towards your left. We are going to take hold of the right knee with the left arm. We're going to do our breathing practice. So you're going to turn, sit up as tall as you can. On the exhalation, suck your navel into spine. So it doesn't matter how far you go around. It's just, and you're sitting up nice and tall. You inhale as you come back to center. Take a breath in, exhalation. Now hold it for one breath. On the inhalation, bring yourself back. So now we're going to do for 3 breaths. Sit up tall. Exhalation, you rotate. You're going as far as you're comfortable. You're drawing your navel into your spine. You're massaging deeply into the gut. Breathing in, out, breathing in, out, breathing in, out, and on the next inhalation, bring yourself back in. Give your knee a hug. Thank you for showing up. Let's go over to the second side. Lift up. By now you should be feeling a little bit like you've had a few little spine, a bit of twisting in the gut. Take hold, sit up as tall as you can. Take your left hand around, flex into the foot, and on the exhalation, suck your navel in, sit up as spine as tall as you can, and inhalation, come back. Exhalation, inhalation, sorry, we missed that one. Exhalation, you rotate. Breath in, tentative breath in, and, sorry, exhalation, tentative breath, oh yes, tentative breath in, we were doing that. Now we do it for 3 breaths. So you exhalation, you hold the breath in, now you breathe in and out, in and out. Just notice when the breath starts and when it finishes. Slowly on the next inhalation, you bring yourself back to center. Well done. Draw the knee into your chest and extend the leg out. So this is where you're going to need your blanket. This is us coming into our main posture. I'm going to put, now I know some of you may not be able to sit like this, then you do the same posture once again. The advanced students can do the bind if they'd like. So I'm going to tuck this underneath my left buttocks and I'm going to cross my right foot over. So I'm into a nice comfortable spine underneath my left buttocks. So if you can, take your left foot under as much as you possibly can and you sit up nice and tall. So here, if you have abdominal problems or you're pregnant and you can sit like this, you're going to do the opening twist. We're all going to do that first. So sit up nice and tall, breath in, and then as you exhale, we're all going to twist. Now keeping the shoulder down, you're cupping an orange. Remember, I'm looking for a nice straight spine. You're just going to roll and hold the exhale for a moment, and then come back and you inhale. Now you can carry on doing that, opening, but if you're comfortable, you're going to draw your knee into your chest. Remember what I said about the ego? If you can sit like this with your shoulder down, then by all means. I'm going to draw the knee in. If you are doing the bind, you can do your bind as well. Cupping an orange, you take a breath in. And on the exhalation, I'm going to twist. Come back. Take a breath in. Now we're going to do the one tentative breath in the twist. Breath in, breath out, breath in, inhalation, come back. 3 breaths. Breath in, breath out, hold, breath in, breath out, breath in. It can be a slight breath. Remember, you're trying to massage into the gut at the same time. And bring yourself back on the inhalation. Take a breath in and sigh out the tension. Here you could do the little rotation if you'd like. If not, you're going to tuck your right buttocks into the blanket underneath your right buttocks, sitting up nice and tall. Tucking that right foot in, closer towards the perineum. Let's all do an opening twist together. You exhale as you twist, looking over your back shoulder. Come back to center. You can stay, all of you, doing that posture if you'd like. You know, if you did it on the other side, you're doing it on this side. But if you're comfortable, you take hold of the knee. Remember, the shoulder is down. Cup an orange with your fingers. And on the exhalation, you're going to twist. Now you're drawing your navel into spine. Come back. Take a breath in. On the exhalation, so this is as Ardhamatsyendrasana. Breath in, tentative breath in. On the next inhalation, come back. Let's hold for 3 breaths. Exhalation as you rotate. Sit up as tall as you can. You're looking over your back shoulder. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in. You bring yourself back to center. Well done. Right, undoing the legs. Take yourself, you're going to roll yourself all the way down. Let's just do a symmetrical, coming into a nice Upanasan. Tucking the chin into throat. Bring your hands slightly down towards the shin bones. You're going to exhale, push your hands down, and then bring your knees up to your chest. Inhalation, release it. Exhalation, push down and up. Inhalation and exhale, push down and slowly release it. Right from here, you're going to extend your legs. You're going to reach the arms over your head, flex into your feet. Take a really lovely deep breath in and out. Just wiggle the body a little bit from side to side, making sure that you feel nice and comfortable. And then from here, we're just going to open up the feet mat distance. Take the arms, turn the palms to face down, foot now. Just drop the legs over to the right. Now here, breathe into the left side of the body. So if we've got any little bit left of idle blood, I doubt it. On the next inhalation, you bring yourself back up. We're not using the head. We're just taking our aim today is to just open the whole of this visceral area, the whole of the abdomen, stimulating into our 5 plexuses. So that would be Muladhara, Svasthana, Manipura, Anahata and Vishuddha. Remember the nerves that we're working in, they all start, their root system starts at the base of the brain. On the inhalation, you bring yourself all the way back up. Right from here, we're ready for Shavasana. So here, if your back is sore, you can have a strap around your knees and a block between your feet. Or you just let your body rest. If you want to, extend the legs, palms are facing upwards. Close the eyes, just soften into the body. You'll notice you're most probably doing a deep abdominal breath. Allow the breath to become subtle. Now, even though spinal twists are warming, notice if you're breathing equally through both nostrils. That means the mind is nice and balanced. Notice if you're lying smoothly and comfortably on your mat. And once you become comfortable, allow the body to let go. Watch any thoughts that might like to flutter. focus on your breath so that you become a conscious breather. As the breath becomes subtler, still stay focused on the breath. If the body has the urge to move, just observe that and try to keep the body perfectly still. If you would like to stay longer in Shavasana, then you're very welcome to take this a little further. You could do some breathing, some alternate nostril breathing if you'd like. You could go into a meditation practice for a quiet walk on the lawn or grass, or go to the beach, wherever you are. Lie out on the lawn and carry on with your Shavasana there. It's very subtly going to bend your knees if they were lengthened. Reach the arms, just have a lovely stretch. Feeling how the spine feels lovely and exhilarated, all ready for your day, all ready for the evening. Bring your hands down onto the knees. Lift the knees, rock from side to side. Those of you, if you're pregnant, roll over to your left. But if you're not, roll over to your right. Rest your head on your right arm, keeping the eyes closed as you do. And then on the next inhalation, bring yourself up into a nice seated position. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Just connecting to that your own inner light, your brilliance, your joy, your grace. Feel your breath, feel your you. May gratitude and joy flow through every atom of your being. And may you celebrate this day, celebrate this moment, this hour, this day, this week, this year, month, and this year. From my heart, Hari Om Tat Sat and Namaste.